A lot of people who need immigration lawyers, how does that come into play with criminal charges? And how are you able to help them, whereas somebody who does not do immigration but only does criminal cannot help?
Well, I would say because when I originally started, I was only a criminal lawyer, right? And because I speak Spanish and I get appointments, I get a lot of people who speak Spanish and they'll be undocumented or they'll have some kind of legal status, but they won't be citizens. And so, citizens, it doesn't matter. You could just plead guilty and I could just do whatever you want without having to tell you, hey, wait a minute, this could lead to your deportation. And so because I kept running into those type of situations, or I would have somebody who was in jail, they would pay the bail, then they would go into ICE custody, and then that would create a big complication because sometimes they would come back because they would so-called forfeit their bond when really they were just in another government facility, but they would still forfeit their bond for the county. And so then that would cause a big problem. Their bond would be raised. They just didn't have enough time to ask for an immigration bond, and they didn't even know that they had to ask for an immigration bond. And so that's the kind of thing that I'm able to bring to the clients and tell them, hey, these are the difficulties that you're going to have. That doesn't mean it's easy to explain. And a lot of times clients are trying to, look left while they're looking right because essentially you're dealing with two different types of courts. But the advantage of being able to get an immigration bond while you're out on bond for a criminal case means that you're able to accept things like a probation because you're already out. If you're just stuck in jail, then when they're starting to ask you to do things like community service, how are you going to do that in jail? You just can't. What about classes? Well, they're not going to give you any computers to deal with. So you're just kind of stuck, and the leverage is with the state, not with the defense.